I hate having family over to visit. If you've been wondering where I've been for the past 2 weeks, my sister and her 2 kids decided to come round. And for some people this might be a happy occasion, but not so much for me. My love and tolerance for them is dependent on them being as far away from me as possible. The further they are from me, the happier I become. You might be asking yourself, but why NearRivers? Why do you feel this way? And that's a good question. Perhaps it's their inability to converse in typical conversation. It's all shouts, screams and squeals. It's like they're using some sort of idiot animal language punctuated by endless profanity and threats. Perhaps it's because on day 3 the youngest shat on my chair. Or perhaps it's because on day 4 the youngest shat in the hallway, despite the bathroom only being feet away. And I don't mean she done a crap in her nappy, I mean she squatted down and laid multiple brown loafs. Meaning I now feel the need to step over this crash site anytime I want to navigate through my house. The eldest child, she has the worst attitude of any 5-year-old I've ever seen. Constant backchat and a ridiculous sense of self-entitlement. She walks around saying, "That's mine, I'm taking that home with me." Or she'll barge into my room even though I've shut the door in an attempt to keep them and their ever-present shouting out, and she'll just take stuff. I have asked her not to, and I've told her not to which she replied, "Okay," before grabbing something else and running out. It's this self-centered behaviour that no doubt made her piss herself outside our front door. Again, only feet away from the bathroom. She probably thought, "This house is mine," and decided to mark her territory, little animal. It's as if these kids have challenged each other to some sort of urinary feces war with our home as the arena. I don't go to their house and decorate it with various bodily functions, mostly because I don't ever want to go to their house, but more importantly because it would be beyond rude to do so. And there's another thing, my sister's been spilling drinks all her life, but for some reason she doesn't fucking learn. Maybe the first few years of spilling drinks she might have thought, you know, I could have easily prevented this. But either because of a blatant lack of respect or sheer stupidity, she continued to spill them consistently for another 23 years. I can't even walk the carpets now without sticking to them. It's like spilling drinks seems to be like an inherited trait that started with my sister and was passed down to her kids. Not one day passed without a spill. During their visit, the youngest decided to chuck many a toiletry and bathroom essential into the toilet, which I might have let slide considering her age, she's only 2. But it's unacceptable when her mum watches her doing it. Only after the toiletries were drifting happily down the U-bend did she decide to tell her not to, and I use the word tell in its broadest sense. What she really did was shriek, and then resume not giving a fuck. To top it all off, there's only one person who benefits from these visits, and that's my sister. She gets free food, free childcare, days out paid for her while she's here, and yet she clearly doesn't enjoy it. She was ready to go home upon arrival, and she still decided to stay 2 fucking weeks. And that's bad enough, but what makes it worse is they had already overstayed their welcome before they had fucking arrived. If there was one highlight of this visit, and there was only one, on the last night they were here, one of the girls told me a story about an evil man named God who lives in the sky, who had a son named Jesus, who was apparently a little baby who turned into a man, who then built an ark which he named Noah's Ark, and then it rained, the end. I asked, surely Noah built Noah's Ark? But she was certain it was Jesus, and apparently there wasn't ever a man named Noah, ever. Now they're gone, that's not even the end of it. Now we start the cleanup. After they had left, I discovered a mountain of used, discarded tissues. You expect this sort of behaviour from a teenage boy, not a grown woman. I might have been able to let this one slide had the kids done it, but no. There was a bin not even 8 steps away. Family, eh? Despicable.